I had a poison reaction to my wedding bouquet and went blind. We're gonna read the story as it was reported, and then we have some videos as well as pictures. Before her wedding on September 2nd, 2017, Christine Jo Miller was picking wildflowers outside her ceremony site in Lincoln, Nebraska. She had already arranged for professional flowers, but she wanted to include hand-picked flowers in her bouquet and the wedding trellis to add a traditional touch. I have a feeling it's gonna be those flowers. What Christine, who's 23, didn't know was that the flowers, green and white snow on the mountains, were poisonous. After she went upstairs to wash her face before the ceremony, she immediately broke out into a rash and her eyes started watering. Quote, "Within 15 minutes, there was a rash on my face and it started to spread down my neck and arms. An hour later, my eyes started burning." Thinking it was just an allergic reaction, Christine says her aunt, who is a nurse, gave her steroids and Benadryl, but she did not feel any relief. She says, "They were burning pretty bad. I kept my eyes shut while I got my hair done and even tried to calm them down with cucumbers. But when I opened my eyes, everything was super blurry and I couldn't see. I did my makeup myself and it kept dripping off because my eyes were watering so bad." She adds, "I had black lines running down my face the whole time, but I didn't care at that point because I was in so much pain." I cannot even imagine this happening on your wedding day. Out of any day for that to happen. Christine managed to stay calm as her mother took her to a nearby urgent care, but when they discovered it was closed, her mother asked her if she wanted to cancel the ceremony. Christine says, "I said no. There was no reason to freak out because it was out of my control. There were 300 people there wanting to have fun, and it didn't make it any better to soak in my own sorrow, so I tried to just keep calm." So she went back and put on her dress and took off for the ceremony. When she reached the end of the aisle, she whispered to her fiance, John, 24, that as soon as the ceremony ended, they had to go straight to the hospital. Oh my God, he was probably like, "What is going on?" After they said their I do's, the newlyweds hopped in John's truck and took off for the hospital, where the doctors gave Christine a shot and some eye drops. They told her she was lucky she didn't have permanent eye damage from the poisonous plants. Groggy from the meds and still in pain, they stopped off at a Target on their way back to the reception, and John ran in to buy his new bride a comfy pair of pajamas to change into so she would be more comfortable at the reception. Why is that the cutest thing? That's so cute. "He got me pajamas that said bride on it," she said. "He asked if he should change too, and I said no. He made me as comfortable as possible." Why will that make me cry? Literally, like my eyes are starting to tear up. That's so pathetic. That's just so cute. After their blurry-eyed first dance and some cake cutting, the lovebirds retired to their hotel, where Christine immediately passed out and John ordered pizza and ate in bed. Not quite the romantic evening that they had planned. Enter Steve Harvey. Like the Steve Harvey? What's happening? After hearing their story, the talk show host invited them onto his show, where they were surprised with a week-long Disney Dream wedding redo airing all week with Harvey as the officiant. I might sniff some poisonous flowers if it gets Miley Cyrus to be my officiant at Disneyland. I would consider it. He spoke on it and said, "I had never just heard of a wedding where the bride had to be rushed to an emergency room for having an allergic reaction to her bouquet and having so many bad things happen on their wedding day. I really felt like they deserved another opportunity to celebrate, and what better place to make it happen than Disney." The couple was treated to the ultimate fairy tale ceremony, complete with a new wedding dress for Christine from Demetrius Bridal in New York. I read that just as fancy as possible. She arrived in a horse-drawn carriage and walked down the aisle with clear eyes to say I do to her husband all over again. "I ended up crying during the ceremony," she said, "and I usually don't cry. Steve did absolutely amazing. Then my entire family went to the Magic Kingdom and hung out all day. John loved it too. The day was so much fun." That sounds, I mean, come on. A wedding in Disney and then you just finish off in like Magic Kingdom on the rides. What a dream. As for the married life, the happy bride says, it's been amazing. We've loved every second of it. As they plan to set off on their surprise honeymoon to Disney's resort in Hawaii, the couple has even more exciting news to share. They are expecting their first baby in September, and this was back in 2018. So you bet your bottom dollars I'm gonna go creep her after I finish the videos, because I want to see, are they still together? Do they have kids? We're gonna creep that, that's for sure. All right, so this video was something the bride posted on her TikTok. She never did like a story time telling her story, like talking, but she did this. My fiance and me purchased 30 acres that had tons of wildflowers. I decided to pick some for our wedding. Some as in an entire bed of a truck filled. My girls and me spent the night before my wedding doing flower arrangements. Wait, so did they all have allergic reactions? Why was it just you if everyone was touching them? Wedding morning, washed my face by 9 a.m. I had a red bumpy stinging rash all over my face heading down my body. Look at this poor girl. I started feeling sick and feverish from the pain, so I did the cucumber trick and slept while I got my hair done, opened my eyes and realized I completely lost my vision. That would be absolutely horrifying. I can't imagine having to go through life not being able to see. What a privilege. 11:30 a.m. went to the first ER, literally laid in front of the doors waiting for it to open in my robe. Oh, never opened because it was Labor Day weekend. We're in a small town. Oh my God, look at her bent over in pain. I wasn't dying, so I thought I needed to suck it up. I tried to do my makeup, was in too much pain, so I ended up sleeping until my mom woke me up to put my dress on. Oh my God, look at her sniffling. Look at her just sniffling at the end of the aisle. She is in so much pain. That makes me so sad. If I didn't know the happy ending, I would probably cry. Woke up in even more pain, still couldn't see, couldn't keep my eyes open, but hurt to have them shut. Eyes bloodshot and swollen shut and snot running down my face uncontrollably. Rushed down to the ceremony, tripping on my dress, get ready to walk down the aisle of my forest wedding and realize I forgot my 4-inch heels. So my dress is picking up every single branch, leaf, dirt, etc. That's so sad. Oh yeah, look at in this picture. You can see all the dirt and everything. Oh, that's so sad. All right, part 2, nobody had time to decorate the wagon. No big deal at this point. No shoes, my veil falls off walking down the aisle. A guest gets up and puts it back in my hair. 5 minutes later, it falls off again during the ceremony. Girl, you just can't catch a break. Whatever, the wagon's still really cute if I'm being honest. Look at this picture picking up the veil. We go to light Unity candles and tie the Unity rope when we realize we don't have any of the supplies. My husband thinks I don't want to get married because I can't look at him. Didn't tell him what was going on prior to. Oh, so he didn't know. No one told him. So when you got down there and you're like, bruh, we need to go to the hospital after this, he's probably like, you good? Snot still streaming down, eyes are still swollen shut, veil back off in this photo. Pastor realized something is wrong and cuts our ceremony down to a few minutes, asks for the rings. Everyone forgot about our rings, so we didn't have rings. Cut to our wedding song with the live singers out so I could get to the hospital quicker. Okay, so you would totally want a redo of this entire day. So many things went wrong. First hospital had a 40-minute wait, called around and found a hospital that could get us an ASAP. Walk into both hospitals with full wedding attire on, get shots in my butt, steroid pills, allergy meds that knocked me out, and steroid eye drops. They said I would feel better in an hour once it kicks in. It only got worse. Found out later it was poison reaction, not an allergic reaction. My husband runs into Target to get me comfy clothes because my dress was so itchy and I kept tripping. Comes back with pajama pants and a shirt that said bride. I'd say I'm a good actress. This is what I was like around my husband. Held good composure around everyone else. You really did. You deserve an Oscar. Getting out of my dress on the interstate and into comfy clothes. We didn't want to do our first dance because I didn't want to be the center of attention out of embarrassment. We are already 3.5 hours late to our wedding. Someone decides to surprise us and toss us onto the dance floor. Oh, look at her. We missed everything at the wedding besides dancing, laid under a table, hiding from the guests majority of the night, icing my eyes. Got up a couple of times so I didn't look dramatic and danced. Leave the wedding and get back to my hotel. My husband spent the day decorating and I couldn't see anything. Ordered a pizza because neither of us had eaten and missed our prime rib dinner that you paid for, so that's a buzzkill. Fell asleep before the pizza arrived. My husband switched out hot wash rags on my eyes all night. This is so sad. Look at you dancing in your PJs. Thanks, sentimental flowers. You gave us great memories. Yeah, well, like I said, if I didn't know the happy ending and the Disney and Steve Harvey end of the story, I would be crying by now. Because it's just so tragic in so many different ways. We need an update on her. We need an update. Don't you agree? We gotta know. Are they still together after all this? Like, that's what I'm worried about, you know? I hope the wedding was worth it. Oh my God, it's her. Oh my God, it's her. Okay, I have her Instagram. It's her name. They're still married. And they have 4 kids. Oh, damn. That's adorable. She literally looks the exact same. She hasn't aged a day. Must be nice. How cute. Oh, yeah, they're still together and she's got 4 kids. So I guess it was all worth it in the end. It's a happy ending after all. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.